Hey guys, Johneri'O Scott here with Let's Talk with Johneri'O Scott. I'm here in Washington, D.C. at FX Season 2 premiere of Snowfall. In a few, I have the opportunity to chat with some of the cast members and writers to see what's going on in Season 2, get some behind-the-scenes information, and so much more. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss out. This is Let's Talk with Johneri'O Scott.
Guys, please, over here. Get your shots quick here.
I'm with Damson. He plays Franklin in Snowfall. Listen, man, how was it all coming together? How was it?
It's beautiful, man. From the start of the show, we met these three characters, and they were all really green, didn't really know what they were doing.
Right.
And now we're in episode 2 of season 2, and we're seeing a bunch of monsters. So it's a great arc and a great character to play.
Right. So I would say, Franklin, he started off in season 1, finding his way. Mm-hmm. Now it's season 2, and he's really bossing up. Mm-hmm. So, what can we expect more from season 2?
At the offset, this kid's always been really intelligent. So I think more of that. He's going to be in a lot of, horrible situations that he's going to have to get out of using his wits and using his manipulation. That's a big part of this character. He's able to talk to different people in a certain way to get them on his side. He's a sweet boy for Melody and his mum, but, he's a man for his crew. So this season, we're definitely going to see him turn from boy to man and see his soul slowly be chipped away.
What happened behind the scene that we don't know, that we didn't see?
Man, I can't tell you anything. You got to watch the show. But what I can tell you is this season you're going to be on the edge of your seat 24/7. There's a lot more interaction, as you can see from the end of episode 1. And, this business of crack cocaine is a dirty business. So this season we're going to see a lot of characters disappear.
And speaking on the rock crack cocaine, how would you say, or how have the rock cocaine epidemic affect our community today?
I think it's affected every community. This is a universal thing. It came to my community in London in the 80s, and I was aware of it by 2002. And, particularly for South Central LA, this is a community which was decimated by this drug. It was literally a bomb that no one saw coming. And this show explores how, certain officials look the other way. And in comparison to the opioid crisis today, we're seeing history repeat itself.
So do you and your character have anything that's similar?
Yeah, we both sell cocaine. I'm playing. The biggest comparison between me and Franklin is we both have single mums, and we both have a strong relationship with our mums, and our mums guide us in every way, and we do everything for our mums. So that's the one way I relate to him. Yeah.
All right. Well, you see that, Damson, he has a heart. He has a heart. So you guys, make sure you guys stay tuned. Thursdays, Snowfall.
10 p.m.
So in season 2, what should we expect?
Just more intensity, and you're gonna see the characters start to interact with each other, and it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
As a writer, what would you say is something that you may battle with? Is it with your characters or with the plot?
Well, I always believe that, there's only, they say in storytelling, there's like 7 different plots.
Right.
But there's all kinds of different people in the world and all types of different characters. So if you take different characters and you have them interact, then you get something different, a story, a different story. So you take different cultural elements and different characters and you put them in and you have them interact, you get something different.
Right. So what would you say would be your most, if anyone could get anything from season 1 and season 2, what would it be?
Just that, the stories is ongoing and it's becoming more intense and it's becoming even more interesting because, you can't, it's so unpredictable. When you get into the drug game, anything can happen. Anything can happen in the drug game. Right. So that's what we're really going for.
I want to say thank you so much, and we look forward to so much more in season 2.
Okay.
Auntie, how you doing, Auntie?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I want to say your character is phenomenal. Like, the way that you portray her, like, she's a boss.
Thank you.
So what would you say with all the women that's out there bossing up?
You just gotta be in your full self. You know, yes, absolutely. I would say you don't necessarily need to do it like Louis do it. You know, that's extreme.
Right.
But you know, Louis doesn't give up on herself. That is for sure. And so I would say to everyone, keep going. If you know who you are, go for it and just try to, you know, be your full self.
Right.
Yeah.
So we see that Auntie Lou, you know, she's holding the family together.
Yeah.
Like from her husband to her nephew.
Yeah.
So is that, you know, is she still gonna be holding it down in season 2? What?
Yeah. Louis always holds it down.
Holds it
Like,
down.
yeah, she's ride or die, hold it down. That's her. But I think in season 2 we get to dive a little deeper into Louis and we get to see more layers. She has a really hard shell, and we saw that in season 1, and we definitely see it in season 2. But we also see that soft inner life, you know, where she's a little more vulnerable, a little more. Yeah, we get to see like her motivation a little more.
So Snowfall, you know, it's talking about the rock cocaine epidemic. What would you say about the epidemic today?
I mean, we're still, you know, experiencing the effects of it. You know what I mean? Like, crack was a devastation, you know, and so that's why I think Snowfall is so important for us to see how it happened. And, you know, hindsight is 20/20. So if we can understand how it happened and we can see people making those mistakes now, then hopefully we don't repeat those mistakes.
Okay. And you are a biggie in the theater world. How was it different, you know, going from theater to film?
Yeah, I mean, it was different for sure. I would say the biggest difference is in the muscle, the skill of theater acting and film acting. It's just a different muscle that you're working. Yeah, so it's different, but there are some similarities. I don't know. Is that vague? I don't know.
I want to say thank you so much. And we look
Thank
forward
you.
to what all you have for season 2.
Thank you so much. It's good to meet you.
I'm here with Teddy, aka Carter. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here in DC. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm here to be glad to be talking to you.
Oh.
So, you know, let's talk about Snowfall.
Okay.
So, your character, he CIA behind everything that's going bad.
Yeah. The man behind the curtain.
The man behind the curtain. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. I mean, what would you say? What first drew you to this character?
I think all of his contradictions, the fact that he is mentally broken but professionally strong, and that he's good at his job and terrible at being a father, that he wants to be a great husband, and he's also struggling to make sense of his life. All of those things, the fact that he's a million different things at one time, I think is interesting.
Right. And in season 1, he was a family man. You know, just like, you know, just going to make the money.
Yeah.
Coming back. But now, season 2, I see that he's getting in the business. He's getting deep in. What else can we expect from your character?
Oh man, I wish I could tell you all the details. I shouldn't though, because Singleton will kill me.
Just a little bit.
But I mean, he is 100% committed to the job this year. I think last year he was questioning a lot. He spent a lot of time wondering if he was doing the right thing, and it made him a bad drug dealer. This year he's all in, and what he finds out is that when he stops questioning whether it's morally right or wrong, he becomes really good at it.
So, what would you say? Snowfall. What would you say? How would you say it showcase, you know, the epidemic that it took place in our culture?
You know, somebody said the other day, and I can't take credit for this because I just overheard it, but somebody responded to the show and they said that it's about the structuralism of drug dealing, and so that a lot of what we see about drug dealing, whether it's Scarface or, you know, any number of, we either deal with the glamour or the violence, only those two. And I think what this show is doing that's really interesting is dealing with just like, what's it like to be a struggling drug dealer, like someone who's just like trying to figure out like what to do with the weight and where to put the cash, and like having to learn like the details, and they're not living in like mansions or anything. They're just like
everyday living.
Yeah. And then it's like, it's just a job for them. I think also it's rare to see a show about, or a movie about drug dealing where none of the main characters are users of the drug. That almost all of these stories are about people getting high on their own supply. And in this story, none of them do. They're all looking at this purely as a money-making device, and that's it. And so they come at it from a slightly different angle.
So do you and your character have any similarities?
Yeah, if you were to ask my wife, I think she'd say you got a lot in common with this guy.
Well, I want to say thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing your character.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
What would you say drew you to being a part of this project?
You mean other than the fact that they hired me and paid me?
Right.
Yeah, you know, I know nobody said that yet, but you know, that's part of it, right? Listen, what drew me was John Singleton. John called me. He said, Walter, we're working on this project. I think it could be really good. I think that you could, add something to it. You want to come? I said, sure, why not? I mean, that sounds like fun. And once I got there, I learned a lot about writing television. And also, I'm committed to it because it's a show that actually wants to tell the truth in a way that America doesn't really want to hear it. And that's a really important thing. That's important.
What would you say the message behind Snowfall is? Like, what is the ground message behind it all?
I think there are a lot of messages, but the real thing is this: you don't really know the truth. That's what you're saying. You don't really know the truth. You have to stop. You have to think. You have to consider, and then you can get somewhere.
Yeah. What advice would you give to all our future writers out there?
Oh, that's an easy. Future writers, write every day. Write every day. No days off. No Saturday, no Sunday, no vacation. If you have a high fever, you can give up and you can't write that day. But everything else, you got to write. Yeah.
You got to write it down. Thank you so much.